Welp, that's the NFL season, everyone. And man, I gotta say, this is probably my least favorite NFL season to watch. In the 8 years I've been watching the NFL, so many injuries, terrible football, no clear MVP-like players, the worst officiating I've seen since 2013 when they had replacement refs, and majority of the teams just don't look good. I feel this year we have such lower standards on what a good team is that teams with winning records aren't even actually that good of a team anymore. I don't know. Maybe because I'm older now and I'm more critical, but geez, man. Anyways, it's done, and now let's just get to the playoffs and get to predicting. Alright, let's start with the Packers versus Cowboys. Packers first. The Packers had the most ups and downs of any team in the NFL this year. The media was flip-flopping on if Jordan Love was good every week. They said he was good one week, terrible, and then good again. Just a whole mishmash of things. But the Duke got 30 touchdowns and made the playoffs in his first year as a starter. That's pretty impressive, finishing top 3 in passing touchdowns as well. Now, the only thing holding this team back is Joe Barry, and if Joe Barry has it his way, this team will be giving up 40 points in the wildcard round, so good luck. Now the Cowboys. Well, I'll definitely say I was wrong about my prediction of Dak Prescott this year. I thought this could be his last year, or he's gone, but even if they get eliminated, I think Dallas will still keep him. Why? Because he's been playing freaking great. He's been an MVP caliber player this entire year, and it's been the best football he's played in his whole career, in my opinion. And CeeDee Lamb, arguably the best receiver in football right now, and he's going to be an Offensive Player of the Year contention for sure. But not everything is perfect on this team. Pollard has been underperforming like crazy. The O-line's been banged up, and Terrence Steele was replaced by an alien who wants the Cowboys to lose, apparently. Now, the defense, Micah Parsons is great as usual. He's going to be in Defensive Player of the Year contention, of course. DeMarcus Lawrence is a great run stopper, but this secondary is so strange. Like, Deron Bland, Donovan Wilson, and Stephon Gilmore are good players, but out of nowhere, they'll just get burned like crazy. Just very inconsistent play. This could be their downfall in the postseason, because I feel if this defense's main strength is getting the pass rush going, and if they can't get it going, it's going to be not a good time for Deron Bland and Stephon Gilmore. So down to the game, I got Cowboys. I think Love will have a good game, but the defensive Packers will let them down in the end, and they're going to get cooked all game by CeeDee the Kid, Dak, Jesse James Prescott, and will run up the score with the Cowboys winning 30-20. Rams versus Lions. Let's start with the Rams. The Rams have been pleasantly surprising this year and made it back to the dance once again. Matt Stafford proved he's still got it, and emerging star Puka Nacua has taken the NFL by storm. And a more under-the-radar star, Kyren Williams, has been great for this offense. Unfortunately, their main man, Cooper Kupp, hasn't played at his peak. He's playing good, but those injuries are catching up to him for sure. The offensive line is better than last year, but it still isn't the best, and Aaron Donald is still kicking, playing good football. But the defense is just kind of okay. Nothing special here, but I don't expect them to do much in the playoffs. This is a very young team that's playing with house money, so gotta be careful facing these teams. Now the Lions, the hype around the Lions was for real, as they won their first NFC title, as their team is actually pretty good, but they got a lot of holes. Like every other team in the league, they've got big holes. Now, if this team could stay in the home for every playoff game, they could go to the Super Bowl. But that's a big if, because they're not very good on the road, so they gotta hope the good teams lose. To get to the game, listen here. I'm going to tell you right now. This is where the playoffs peak right here. It's all going downhill from here, because we're about to get an absolute beauty of a game from Matt Stafford and his homecoming in the playoffs. Matt Stafford will break the hearts of Lions fans, where he drives the team 60 yards with 30 seconds left to win the game 37-35. Lions season comes to an end in the hands of Matthew Stafford, where he waves goodbye into the next round of the playoffs. Now, I believe if Matt Stafford wins this game in Detroit, the Lions will be labeled as cucks. So do with that information what you will. Well. Who knew all those close one-score games would come to bite them in the ass? This team collapsed so hard, so fast. Jalen Hurts has regressed so much. The defense, oh my god, the defense. I've never seen a big turnaround from a defense in a year. And this defense is technically better on paper. It's just not good. We owe Debo a big apology because he was right about Bradbury. Darius Slay is still good, but there's only so much you could do when you're playing with pylons on the field. Only guys like Hassan Reddick and Jalen Carter are playing outstanding for the Eagles this year, and even Hassan Reddick isn't even playing as great as he did last year. I fully expect this team to be one and done in the playoffs. Buccaneers, well, someone had to win the NFC South, and 'twas the Bucs. And you know what? Good. This is the only team I think that stands a chance at the playoffs. Thank God I don't have to watch Derek Carr or Desmond Ridder throw checkdowns. Thank you, Jesus. Anyways, their secondary is awful, but Mike Evans is still a beast, and Baker is actually playing the best football of his career. Honestly, they can get blown at the first round, but they're facing the Eagles, so I highly doubt that. I mean, you could say what you want about the Bucs, but they're here, and they haven't been the hottest of late, but the Eagles haven't either. And I like Hurts, man, but the Eagles' downfall has been cataclysmic, that bad, and if you talk the talk, you better walk the walk when you walk into Big R's fleet of Buccaneers. The Bucs win 17-13. Alright, now with the AFC. So we got the Bills versus the... Wait a second. If the Bills aren't facing the Colts, And they're not facing the Texans. And that means...
And the winner is Rocky!
You gotta be pissing in my ears. This team bullshits their way to another winning record after starting 3 different QBs, and they somehow get a playoff berth. Mike Tomlin has to be casting spells to do this every year, because he forms the most mid-team ever and gets a winning record. I have no words, generally no words. I hate this team, I hate this organization, and I despise their creepy QB named Ben, but damn, I gotta respect it. Now the Bills, you wanna know how bad this year has been for the NFL? The Bills had a chance to be eliminated in Week 18 or be the 2 seed. What the friggin' heck? And guess what? After being 6-6, they won every game, and now they're at the 2 seed. Incredible. Josh Allen may lead the league in touchdowns, but this dude has an addiction to turnovers. They got a date with the Steelers in the wildcard round. Please win. That's all I ask. So for the actual game, whatever you do, unless you're a Bills or Steelers fan, do not watch this game, because it will be bad, and it will not be the faint of the heart to watch. It will take years off your life, because the game will end 12-9 on a total of 7 field goals. Josh Allen will throw for 400 yards, 3 interceptions, and Mason Rudolph will throw for 98 yards, 80 of them being to George Pickens. That's it. I'm begging you not to watch. Unless you love watching these types of games. You sick cow. You boys done fucked up. You had a 3-game lead against the Bills, and you choked it. I don't even care how bad the Chiefs look this year, man. This team is worse, and they're losing. Tua, I root for you, but this man, if he didn't have the 2 fastest players in the league, he'd be the second coming of Joe Flacco. Well, pre-Browns Joe Flacco, at least. And post-Super Bowl Joe Flacco. Whatever. Anyways, the Chiefs are straight ass. Kelsey is good, but those injuries are catching up to him. And Rashee Rice is a good young receiver, and that's it. That is it. MVS is broken. Sky Moore just kind of stands there, and Kadarius Toney is straight gutter trash. Gutter trash. If they get eliminated because of Kadarius Toney, Mahomes is going to do some voodoo curse and curse him to lose his hands forever. Anyways, their defense is pretty good. Okay, like I said, the Chiefs stink, but I don't care how bad KC is. The Dolphins are a worse team. Look me in the eye. Look at me, Hector. If you genuinely believe Tua is going to lead the Dolphins to a win in the cold Missouri weather, you are on some sort of illegal drugs. If so, give me some please right now. Chiefs win 20-10. Browns versus Texans. Okay, let's just start with the Browns. Another team besides the Steelers, who in my biased opinion, had a horseshoe straight up their gutter hole. Let me get this salty rant out of the way, okay? Jake Moody misses an easy-ass field goal to win the game. The refs go dumb mode against the Colts. And Lamar, my favorite player in the league, but I don't know where decides, let's make this interesting and throw some terrible passes against them. But nonetheless, this team is one of the hottest teams right now, and there's no denying that. They have injury after injury and continue to find success, even though they're on their 4th QB, who is Joe Flacco. Of course it's Joe Flacco, and he's on a team that's not the Ravens in the NFC North. And good for you guys. You got him right when he's hot in January. So good luck. With the Texans. This team has been a pleasant surprise. They got an absolute stud of a rookie in C.J. Stroud, who has taken the NFL by storm. D'Amico Ryans looks to be the next good NFL head coach, and they lead to their first AFC South title in 4 years. Thanks to a collapsing Jags team, Shane Steichen forgetting to put his best player on the field in the most crucial moment of their season. How will they do? We'll find out. Now, in my opinion, I think the Texans had a great year, but I believe it ends against the Browns. I think D'Amico Ryans and C.J. Stroud will be the next best coach QB duo, but I don't think that this is their year. Cleveland is on fire right now with their top 5D, and their offense is on fire. I don't know how, but they're on fire. I can't see the Texans winning, and it pays me to say, but I'm going to take the Browns to win 20-13. But I am more than happy to be wrong about this. Please, CJ. I don't want to face Joe Flacco in the playoffs. Now, on to my Baltimore Ravens. In my biased opinion, again, this has been the most consistent team in the NFL. Which isn't saying much, because they're the only team that's been somewhat consistent this year. And on paper, and how they played in the regular season, they should have walked to the Super Bowl, right? But the NFL is not that simple, especially this year in the NFL. So I'm trying to prepare myself for the most heartbreaking loss in the playoffs, as sad as that sounds. But in Lamar, we big trust, and I believe we can do it. Ooh, hopefully. Now, I believe the Ravens-Browns are going to be having their matchup in the divisional round, which has been prophesized since Week 13 when Joe Flacco became the starter of the Cleveland Browns. I'd be lying if I'm not super anxious as hell thinking about this matchup. A battle it shall be, because this game isn't going to be easy for either team. But I believe in my heart, the Ravens should get it done 30-27. Niners versus Rams. Okay. The Niners are the favorite to win the NFC, and they're an unstoppable beast, right? Well, not exactly. Yes, their defense and offense is very good, but this team has shown weaknesses, as we saw them go on a 3-game losing streak, and their blowout loss to Baltimore at home. This team is just not good from behind, and if they want to win a chip, Brock Purdy needs to play good from behind. Otherwise, it'll be a repeat of the last Super Bowl run with Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't want that again, do we? But anyways, if they can stay ahead in games and just keep getting the ball to Debo, Kittle, and McCaffrey, this team will be hard to beat. But we shall see. Now, against the Rams got their funny victory over the Lions, and this is where it unfortunately ends for them. But don't be sad. They succeeded everyone's expectations. So don't worry. Be happy. Niners win 37-17. Cowboys versus the Buccaneers. Baker and his band of misfit pirates managed to take down Jalen Hurts' flock of Eagles. But can they take down Dak Morgan and C.D. Marston and Micah Parsons? No, they cannot. And the Cowboys of Dallas make it to their first NFC Championship game in 28 years. The Cowboys are rolling on. Okay, just thinking about this game fills me with so much anxiety, and I want to pick the Bills really badly because it would just be so great to see them beat Kansas City in the playoffs. But considering Travis Kelce's girlfriend's going to be in the building, and the NFL loves money, the Chiefs are winning it. Because why? Because nothing fun happens in the NFL. And I believe they'll win, sadly. And Mahomes will be in his 6th straight consecutive AFC Championship game. Boo-hoo. Cowboys versus Niners NFC Championship game. Okay, so the Cowboys are known for not being very good on the road. So hear me out. What if the Niners team all get replaced by those shadow aliens found in Miami, and they forget how to play football? Everyone gets possessed, besides Christian McCaffrey. So the first 2 throws of the game are from shadow alien Brock Purdy. Both of them are pick sixes. The Cowboys go up 14-0. This is the only points the Cowboys will score the rest of the game. Now, team is carried by McCaffrey, and he's not giving up. He wills his team down to 3 possessions of the Cowboys red zone and gets 3 field goals, all kicked by him, making the game 14-9. But then, shadow alien Brock Purdy decides he wants to try and win the game. And then he throws a pick to Jerron Bland. Ending the game, Dak and the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. It's the year, guys. This is the year. Chiefs versus Ravens. Okay, so the Ravens should win this. They have been much better all year, right? Wrong. This year sucks. Let's make it worse. Chiefs beat Ravens, and the Chiefs are heading to the Super Bowl. And oh yeah, that's right. We have Cowboys versus Chiefs, Super Bowl 58. Yep, that's right. That's my prediction. 2 of the most hated teams in the NFL. Now, who will win or lose? It doesn't matter, because we all lose. But for the purpose of this video, I'll pick a winner by doing a coin flip. Chiefs are heads, Cowboys are tails. It's heads. Chiefs win. Mahomes gets his 3rd ring. Good night, everybody.